All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises unto Yahawah, baha, sham, Yahawashi, baha, racha, kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's out there pushing this word diligently and in sincerity. All right, Shalom to the hopeful elect. This lesson is going to be geared towards promiscuous women and the origins of so-called Valentine's Day. All right, now when you look on TV, when you look on out in society, just everything that you see dealing with women is all wickedness, man. You know, and that's what's being promoted here in Babylon the Great. You know, when John seen, you know, America, it was represented as a whore. All right. This place, Babylon the Great, aka America, was represented as a whore. You know, they looked appealing, but nonetheless it was a whore. All right, and so that's all that's being promoted in America is whoredom, man. From sex robots to damn condoning women being promiscuous and having multiple sexual partners, and the Israelite woman being the head of that, you know, being at the forefront of that. All right, this is you know, nothing more than the ancient Roman Empire. All right, back in its modern form. So this is from a Rosh World .blogspot, and this is some information I came across dealing with the ancient Roman Empire. All right, this is a good read. Shows you the debauchery and the wickedness of the Romans. All right, the Greeks and the Romans. But one thing I wanted to look at in particular was down here in this paragraph. It says, let me find it. So I can. Where was that? Okay, yeah. Here in this paragraph, it says most of the more conservative elements crept in during the reign of Emperor Augustus. Although he brought peace and stability to the empire, it also meant that more conservative principles will be in place. To him, public decency came to the forefront and lewd behaviors was strongly discouraged. However, some traditions continued on despite proposed conservative principles. One of them was a forerunner of what ought to become the most celebrated romantic days of the year, Valentine's Day. It started as rituals involving sacrifices to one of the gods of fertility called Lupercus. All right, so the origins of so-called Valentine's Day came from pagan customs. All right, from sacrifice unto a idol of fertility. Right now, further down in this article, it tells you that women used to actually walk around with a phallic symbol, all right, with a penis symbol around their neck in hopes of being fertile. All right, and that's wicked, man. That's lewd. Okay, now I'm gonna grab this from Wikipedia. This is Lupercalia. Lupercalia was a very ancient, possible pre-Roman pastoral annual festival. All right, because you know that the Romans or the Greeks partook in this as well, because the Romans did nothing more than take the customs of the Greeks as well as other nations, or other kingdoms, and pagan customs, I should say, and just tweak them a little bit, give them different names, and worship them as well. Okay, so it says, observed in the city of Rome on February 15th to avert evil spirits and purify the city, releasing health and fertility. Lupercalia subsumed February, an earlier origin spring cleaning ritual held on the same date, which gives the month of February its name. All right, just like I said, it went from one form to another. All right, so the origins of Lupercalia is or so-called Valentine's Day is Lupercalia, which is nothing more than idol worship. Now, notice down here it says Lupercalia most likely derives from lupus, meaning wolf. All right, though both the etymology and the significance are obscure. Now, pay attention to that word wolf. All right, being that's what lupus means. All right, the etymology of Lupercalia meaning wolf. Now, jumping back to this article, it says in February, which was the month of purification for the Romans, young boys would randomly pick a girl's name from a jar of ballots. Whoever was chosen will become this youth's lover for a year. These traditions were indeed quite popular with the common people, and it is an early version of matchmaking for lonely singles. During the same festivities, a goat would be sacrificed, and the hinds were converted into whips, with which the priests and perhaps other males would randomly inflict lashes on the willing women, or on the willing women. So that, just envision that, man. You got some goats that was just sacrificed, and their hinds is converted into whips, and you got women getting whipped. With a goat's hind that was just sacrificed not too long ago, showing you just the demonic nature of the so-called white man of Edom, all right, of the nation of Edom. Okay, which that's what you have now, man. You have sick individuals, all right, the Illuminati, the Rothschilds, these high members of society, judges and magistrates and lawyers and entertainers that all do stuff like this. All right, behind closed doors, they actually do stuff like this. Okay, those masquerade parties they have, Continuing, it says that practice, painful as it may seem, was in fact quite welcomed by the female populace, and it was considered to enhance their fertility. Now you see that with common women, in these movies and TV shows. They always show the Edomite woman wanting to get tied up and smacked with leather with a leather whip, or some crazy old bondage stuff, man. All right, it's in Esau's nature to do things like that. All right, it says It says, when the Emperor Claudius decided to outlaw marriages of soldiers, which he believed demoralized them and interfered with the efficiency of the military service, a priest by the name of Valentine decided to defy the decree and continue to secretly marry the young lovers. When this came to light, Valentine was sentenced to death. During his prison time, he met a jailer's blind daughter and fell in love with her. As legend would have it, that on the evening of his death sentence, he passed a note to his beloved, which started, "From your Valentine," and the rest is history. The note writing practice gained notoriety among the Romans, especially on February 14th, so much so that it had to be somehow incorporated and later Christianized by the church. All right. Showing you how Christianity, all right, this modern form of Christianity, which is nothing but slavery, plantation Christianity, it's all pagan. All right. And that's what the apostles and elders have been harping upon. And notice a lot of these, a lot of you Israelites that still go to church participate in things such as so-called Valentine's Day. All right. It says, yeah, okay, that's about it. I'm going to read on this. Now, to get some scriptures, my first scripture, knowing that we're in the end, this is what's coming. All right. This is Tobit chapter 4, verse 13. Now, Tobit was around during the Assyrian Empire. All right. And eventually the Assyrian Empire fell. So these are some things you can expect to take place in Babylon the Great, because it's on its way out. This is Tobit 4 and 13. Now, therefore, my son, love thy brethren, and despise not in thy heart thy brethren, the sons and daughters of thy people, and not taking a wife from them. For in pride is destruction and much trouble. All right. And that's what America is saturated in, pride. Okay. And when that destruction comes, you're going to have all these people that don't know. All right. That Yahawah, sham, Yahawashi, all these heathens, these Edomites, these Chinese people, which are Moabites, so-called Japanese, which are Ammonites, and Hamites, so-called Africans, and Ishmaelites. All right. And so on and so forth. They're going to be in much trouble, man, when that destruction comes upon them. All right. Because there's no salvation for them. There's only salvation for the elect of the nation of Israel. And in lewdness is decay and great want, for lewdness is the mother of famine. And that's all that you see in America is nothing but lewdness, man. From the time you leave out your house to the time you come back home after a long day's work, a long day of work, all you see is lewdness, man. Okay. So this being so-called February, you can expect to see an increase in lewdness, because that evil, wicked spirit, man, that demon, or the wolf demon, known as Lupercalia, is going to be promoted, man. All right, when you go to the store, you're going to see nothing but Valentine's balloons, Valentine's Day balloons surrounding a bunch of Super Bowl Bud Light, Coors Light, or whatever beer is sponsors the Super Bowl around the little field goal that they make using the beer boxes. Guess what's going to be surrounding that? All right, because the Super Bowl is a couple days away, but it's also so-called Valentine's Day month. So you're gonna have all these balloons shaped as hearts surrounding every corner of the damn grocery store, man, pushing out that spirit. Okay. So now I'm gonna get this article from JuliaHerdman.com. All right, some more information I found dealing with promiscuous women. All right, because that's normal here in America is for women to be promiscuous. All right, it's normalized, and there's no penalty for that, according to this so-called white man Esau's judicial system, man. All right, so this is a matter of fact. Let me grab some more scriptures. This is Jeremiah 31:22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? Talking to you Israelite women, you so-called Negro, Latino, and North American Indian women. All right, how long is y'all going to go about? For the Lord Yahawah hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. All right, and you see that, man. Women have compassed men to where now, if a man wants multiple women, if he wants more than one woman, he's looked at as a bigot. He's looked at as a dirtbag, you know, so on and so forth. Meanwhile, these women can have multiple men and be looked at as exploring their sexuality or whatever. You know, they get applauded for it. All right, but you Israelite women, how long you gonna go about, man? Being whores, being demons, being sluts, being queens, which the word queen means whore. All right. So this is the title this is Messalina, the most notoriously promiscuous woman of Rome. Now this is the embodiment, or this is the spirit that's upon all these women here in America, man. Not only the so-called white woman, but the Israelite woman, man. The Israelite woman don't took over being the most promiscuous woman in Babylon the Great. Okay, so starting off, it says Messalina was born around 20 A.D. She was a cousin of Nero and Caligula, and became empress when she married Claudius, along with Augustus's daughter Julia, who had been banished for sleeping with so many different men. Messalina was probably one of the most notoriously promiscuous women in Rome. In 37 A.D., Messalina married Claudius, who was at least 30 years older than her. At this time, Caligula was still emperor. Claudius doted on Messalina, and after he became emperor, Messalina used his affection for her to get whatever she wanted. Since Claudius was old, she realized how precarious her position was and was ruthless to that extent. She ordered that Claudius exile or execute anyone who displeased her or who she felt threatened by. Unfortunately, this was a good number of people. For all his good qualities as emperor, Claudius became known for being easily manipulated by his wife. The account of Messalina competing with a prostitute to see who could have sex with the most people in one night was first recorded by Pliny the Elder. Now, here it is. This is the empress having a competition with a prostitute to see who can have sex with more men in one night, or it said more people, because you know the Romans was some freaks. All right, but what kind of example was she setting to the women of the Roman Empire, being empress herself and doing things like that? Okay, plainly says that with 25 partners, Messalina won. All right, and she beat a prostitute in whoredom. All right, and she's the emperor's wife. It says Messalina's most famous affair is the one she had with the senator Gaius Silius. She told Silius to divorce his wife, which he did. Silius and Messalina planned to kill Claudius and make Silius emperor. While still married to Claudius, Messalina married Silius. The poet Juvenal gives an equally well-known description of in his sixth satire of how the empress used to work clandestinely all night in a brothel under the name of She-Wolf. All right. So here it is. The emperor's wife was working in a brothel under the name She-Wolf. All right. Now going back to the origin of Lupercalia. All right. The etymology of that word lupus means wolf. So that's all these women out here are nothing but wolves, man. And what's the nature of a wolf? A wolf will destroy your ass, man. It'll eat you up. That's the nature of these women, man. They're all wolves. Okay? These promiscuous women, these whores in Babylon, they're all wolves. Okay? Continuing on, it says, while many would have ordered her death, the emperor offered her another chance, seeing that as weakness, one of his head officers went behind the emperor's back and ordered Messalina's death. Upon hearing the news, the emperor did not react and simply asked for another chalice of wine. The Roman Senate then ordered a damnatio memoriae, so that Messalina's name would be removed from all public and private places, and all statues of her would be taken down. That's pretty much the point on that. Okay, so just showing you that from the top of so here it is. In the ancient Roman Empire, you had this empress, or the emperor's wife, that was actually sleeping with people and competing with prostitutes, man. So what do you think is going on in the White House? What do you think is going on in the Senate? What do you think is going on in these courthouses? What do you think is going on over in the Vatican? You know, you man. All right, next scripture. And I'm gonna just wrap this up. I'm gonna read these and wrap it up. This is Isaiah 3 and 16. Moreover, Yahawah saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and that's who the Lord is concerned with, the Israelite woman, because the Israelite woman don't surpass the so-called white woman, the Edomite woman, in wickedness and whoredoms. All right, the whoredoms that these Israelite women are renowned for, they get it from Edomite women. Okay, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes. All right, undisciplined, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. Therefore, the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and Yahawah will discover their secret parts. All right, and the Israelite woman's secret parts is exposed all on the internet, all on TV, all out in public. Why? Because this is a lewd society, man. That's on its way out. That's going to be destroyed. All right. As we read in Tobit, that lewdness brings about a famine. Okay. That's pretty much the point. I mean, there's more, but for the sake of time, I'm gonna jump to this next scripture. This is Amos 7 and 17. Therefore thus saith Yahawah, thy wife shall be a harlot in the city, and thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword, and thy land shall be divided by line, and thou shalt die in a polluted land, and Israel shall surely go forth into captivity. All right, the point I'm harping upon is the Lord saying that thy wife shall be a harlot in the city. All right, so you have dudes that's married to women. All right, you have Israelite men that's married to women that think that they got a good wife, and they might even have kids and so on and so forth, and they don't even know that she's committing adultery on them. And to take it a step further, you got some of those women that are literally prostitutes, man. All right, living a double life. She's might work a job or might be a stay-at-home mom. This dude's all head over heels in love with this demon. And then, but she's literally a harlot selling ass on Backpage or on the internet or something. All right, that's what's going on throughout the whole world, man. But here in America, it's on a whole nother level, man. All right, so this place has to be destroyed, man. This shit is sick. All right, this is last scripture. This is Isaiah 32 and verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. All right, and those careless daughters and those women that's at ease is talking about the Israelite woman. All right, because like I said, the Lord don't care about the heathen women, man. The women of the other nations, hey, they're missile food if they're here in Babylon the Great. All right, or wherever they're at. All right, because you have Israelites everywhere amongst these other nations. So even whether you're an Israelite woman here in America or you in some other land, hey, the Lord is telling you to take heed, man. All right, because judgment is coming. All right, nuclear fire is coming. All right, and there's going to be a lot of Israelite women that's going to feel that fire, man. That's going to feel that heat. All right. It says, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. All right, and a large reason why the Israelite woman is a whore, a slut, is because the advantage, because of the goodies, because a sex sells, so to say. All right. Case in point, I woke up hella early to go to work, and I stopped by a gas station to get a cup of coffee this morning, matter of fact. And I'm up at it was about 2:50 something in the morning, about 2:53 in the morning. And no, this was the 2 days ago or a day ago. It was like two something in the morning, and it was a fine ass chick walking down the street. And if you see that red flag, that's a whore. All right, just how in Revelation, like I said, the whore, John marveled at the whore because she was comely. All right, that's these women. They're whores walking around all hours of the night. It's damn near it's 3:00 in the morning, and you're by yourself, walking with a big ass bag. All right, her life possessions is in that bag. She's a prostitute. She's a whore. All right. So lo and behold, the store I went to, the gas station I went to, because I drove past her, and as I'm getting my coffee and whatnot, she walks up to the same store and hops in the car with some dude, and they pull off. All right. And these women, they do things like that. They're whores and sluts because of the advantage that they have, that they get, the things that they can acquire. All right. Whether it's a dirtbag chick selling ass on the streets, doing it to put a roof over her head or whatever, or whether it's in the workplace, a woman that has a 9 to 5 and she's doming off Esau so she can get a promotion. All right. The Lord's going to put a stop to all that, man. Okay. It says, Isaiah 32:11, tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare and gird sackcloth upon your loins. All right. So that's what the men of the Lord, the prophets, are doing. We're telling the Israelite woman to get in the right frame of mind. All right. Stop being sluts and whores, promiscuous. All right. Read what is that? Proverbs, the 31st chapter. Even though there ain't no virtuous women these days. All right. But like the apostles say, a lot of these harlots get delivered before women of the likes of IUIC and so on and so forth. All right. It says they shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. So going back once again to that Tobit 4 in the Tobit 4:13, it said that lewdness is a mother of famine. So when the Israelite woman starts to lament for the teats and for the pleasant fields and for the fruitful vine, all the goodies, all these niggas taking them on dates and they just stuffing their heart out. They getting twin lobsters and shrimp scampi and steak and all this. They gonna lament when they don't have that, man. Living that life of decadence and so-called liberty and freedom. All right. So when that famine comes, when the Lord brings holy hell upon them, they gonna be in the worst case scenario. All right. So that's pretty much the lesson, man. Just harping upon these women being whores. All right. And that being nothing new, that's, something that's, happened throughout history, and also the origins of so-called Valentine's Day. All right. Lupercalia. All right. From the origins, lupus, the etymology being lupus, meaning a wolf. And that's all these women are, is wolves. All right. So with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. Until next time, I say shalom.